Hey
And welcome
guys,
to a
welcome
short
back.
video on greatest
So
common
this is
factors.
a
At the end of this
short
video,
clip
you should have a
about
better
greatest common
understanding of how
factors.
to
You should
find a
be in
common
module
or
3 at
greatest
this
common
point.
factor.
This is a
Let's start with talking
very
about
simple
what are
concept, but it's
factors.
a very important
Factors are
concept. I did
terms
want
that
to
when
go
you
over it.
multiply them together, they
Now,
make an
greatest
expression.
common factors are terms when they're multiplied together, they make an expression. Now, what this means is if I have an equation, if I multiply the entire equation together, that means that whatever I have on the smallest term, multiply it by the biggest term, it's going to give me that main equation. Now, if you're looking
When
at
you're
me like,
looking
Miss
for
K, I have
factors, it's
no
as if you're
idea what you're
breaking
talking
apart an
about, do
expression,
not
kind of
freak
in
out on me.
reverse
I
or
got you.
dividing.
All right.
The greatest
GCF, what
common
I like to
factor
think
is the
about it
common factor with the
is that
greatest
it's the
coefficient
biggest
and the greatest
number or letter
exponent.
that can go into
Let's try
each
some examples.
part of the equation. So let's go through an
Let's find the
example.
greatest.
We have a 4x squared, a 20x, and a 12. Right off the bat, I know that the biggest number that goes in through all of these
Common
is
factor
going
of
to be a 4,
4x
right? Because
squared
4 goes
plus
into 4x
20x
squared,
minus
4 goes
12.
into 20x, and
Let's
4 goes
think.
into to
What
negative
is the
12.
largest coefficient
So
that can be
the
divided
largest one
from
I could
each
think of
term?
right now is that 4.
If you
Okay.
said 4,
Now,
guess
if you
what?
want to go
You're
even
right.
more in depth into this, you
When
can
we
look
take
at
4 from each
if you
term,
take
what
out
do
the
we have left?
4x from the first two, but let's go into
4x
that a little
squared
bit
divided
later.
by
So
4
obviously, if you
leaves
said
us with
4,
x
you are
squared.
correct. If I take the 4 out of each
20x
term, what
divided
do
by
I have
4
left?
leaves
Obviously,
us
if I
with
take the 4 out of the
5x.
4x squared, I'm
And
going to have
negative
x
12 divided
squared.
by 4.
So if I take out the 4 out of the 4x squared, I get the 4. If I take out the 4 out of the 20x, I get that 5x. And if I get the 4 out of the 12, I can get that 3, right? Okay, so there's another way of doing this as well. Now, imagine I didn't want to do it just the 4, right? I still wanted to go a little bit more in depth. What I could have done is I could have even taken out this part. Oh, where's my pen? I could have taken out this part, right? And there, my GCF would have been 4x, okay? And then I could have multiplied that by x, which would have given me the 4x squared, there it is, plus 5. And then I would have just subtracted 12 on the outside, because you can't forget we have that part. Obviously, we still would have had, another taken this out then and that out. At that point, we could have taken out 4 here. It would have been x minus 3, and then we would have kept that x plus 5. Both ways, it would have been the right answer. Okay? You could have done it this way, or you could have done it this way. All right? Whichever one works.
4
times obviously, there's different ways of finding GCF,
so our greatest
and this
common
is one of those
factor is
trinomials that you
4.
could have done it with that.
Let's
But
try another.
let's go to the next example.
Let's try 9n minus 24n.
So now I have a 9n
Again, we're going to look
squared
for the
and a 24n. Okay,
greatest common
so
factor.
right off the bat,
In this
9,
case,
18,
we're going to
27 does not work.
take out
Okay,
a coefficient
however,
and
3,
a
6,
variable.
9, 12, 18, 21, 24.
What do you
3
think?
works in 3, and it works.
If you
3 works
guessed
in 9,
3n,
and it
you
works
are
in 24.
correct.
Now, we also see that there's an n squared on the left-hand side and an n on the right-hand side. Remember what I was talking to you about before. Whatever I can take out from this and this part, and this part, we can take that out as our GCF. So 3 obviously goes into 9 and 24, and because we have two n's here, and we have one n here, obviously 3n is going to be our GCF. Okay? So when we take that 3n out,
9n
this
squared
is how we
divided
do
by
it.
3n, I'm left with 3n. And when I take 24n,
We end up with 9n squared minus 24n, which is our original equation. 3n times 3n gives me 9n squared minus 3n times 8, right? So
my final answer
we
would
literally,
be,
at that point, because we have the same insides and we have 3n on the outside of it's both the same GCF, we literally take those out, put them on the outside of the coefficients, and then that gives us our final answer. And this is how we get that. This 3n and this 3n, because it's the same, come out here. And then whatever we have here, 3n minus 8, comes out to this part here. And that's how we find that GCF. Okay?
3n
I know it
times
looks a little
3n
confusing,
minus
but I
8.
promise you it's
So
not.
my greatest common factor is 3n.
3n
I hope you
Let's
enjoyed
go to
this
the next
video and have a
example.
bit of a better
Oh,
understanding
actually,
of what
that's it. That's
greatest
all the
common
examples I have.
factors
Okay,
are.
so GCF in this situation, that's how you find it. Shouldn't be too difficult, and you should be good to go from here. Thanks. Bye.